up, guys? This is your girl Starlet, and I am popping on today because I wanted to show you guys a flip through of my 2021 main planner. I use a disc bound system. I have always used the disc bound system ever since they came out, and I really love the flexibility of that system. So my main planners are always done in half letter disc bound. I do have a few other sizes, such as, you know, a personal size, the pocket size, A5. However, my main planner, I love to use the disc bound. So getting right into it, I am using the Cloth and Paper and Ollie Block Ollie clip. This is the Affogato color. And I just have that just clipped on the front. I really thought that was a really nice combination with the Damier Ebene pattern. And then my cover I'm using for January is the Louis Vuitton Damier Ebene Desk Agenda. I typically rotate my agenda covers out monthly, and this year I think I'm planning to not do it as often. I want to see how long I can stay on one planner and see if I get bored with it. So as of right now, this is the planner that I'm choosing to start off with, and we'll see how it goes. All right, so getting in the inside, I don't do a lot of decorations. I have a few things over here in my pockets, and then most of my content in here is really, you know, it's not a ton of, you know, stickers, clips, journaling cards, and all of that stuff. It just kind of allows my planner to get really bulky. It's somewhat of a distraction for me for, you know, in my main planner. However, I do try to use some of those things and elements in other planners that I may have, but for my main planner, I try to keep it pretty simple as possible, as much as I can. So then in my pockets, I have a few notepad sheets from Cloth and Paper. So this is the meeting notes. This one is an untimed, undated, kind of like a daily notepad sheet. So I use those and I keep them up front just in case I need to make a quick note or kind of plan out my day or a different day. Then up here I have the Poi & Han disc bound ruler. Anytime I could find anything with a disc bound punch, I typically buy it because a lot of people were not selling these accessories and things of that nature. It was always for like the A5. It was always for like the personal size, but not so much for the disc bound. And so the minute I saw this ruler, I was on board because I used to use ARC rulers, and I just really didn't like them a lot, just aesthetically. However, I do use them, but I didn't like them, you know, for the aesthetics of what I was going for in my main planner. And so I keep that in here for right now in the pocket. I typically would have it inside my planner, but I'm pressing my luck right now. It's really, really tight here. So I just put it over here because I have so many other dividers and stuff like that. And then in the rest of the pockets, I have this memorandum notepad. It's also by Cloth and Paper, and I really love to use these when I do not feel like carrying my main planner, a pocket, or even a personal size. And I just want something very minimum, but keeping me on track for the day. So I might use the memorandum card for from Cloth and Paper. Then I have these personalized note sheets from Poi & Han, and I thought these were so sweet and just so pretty. When I got them in the mail, it was a surprise, and it had my name on here, personalized, and then it also have my full name, Starlet Williams, and I thought that was so sweet. And it also came with I think I got like 2 vellum dashboards that also had my name personalized on it, and I thought, and they basically matched. I thought that was so sweet. So thank you, Poi & Han, for that. Then I have a couple of cards, appointment cards here. I use these a lot. These are by Cloth and Paper. I use these a lot for my doctor's appointments. So I typically write out that information. I attach it to my front dashboard so that I can keep track of, you know, and keep that in the front of my head so that, you know, I know that an appointment is coming up. And then I have this goals card, which is also by Cloth and Paper. These aren't really my goals written out on here because I have a whole separate system, which I actually did a video prior to this one and posted it on my Instagram. So if you guys want to take a look at that. But this is just to kind of help me stay on track of my goals for 2021. So that's what I have in there. And then I also have another notepad sheet from Poy & Han. Again, I just like to keep these in here in case I need to take some quick notes, just want to jot some things down. So my dashboard, I am using a few dashboards that are kind of pretty much layered on top of each other. So the first one up is this Poy & Han Acetate 2021. That's what it has on it. So I have that. I always like to keep a clear acetate sheet on up front, just to kind of help protect my dashboards, because if I have any type of clips or anything like that, I don't want to scratch those up. So I typically put some type of acetate, and I thought this was perfect since it said 2021. Then I have this vellum. It's so beautiful. It's by JL Plans, and it's the LV inspired dashboard. I purchased the personal size, and you can kind of see it a little bit. It's kind of layered on top of another dashboard here. And then I also purchased the pocket size. And when I reached out to the young lady who owns the shop, I asked her if she made it in A5 or disc size, or even A5 without it being punched, because I use, mostly disc bound planners. And at the time it wasn't available. However, when I got my order, I received this sheet, this one here with my order. And so I can't remember if I don't think I ordered it. I want to say she just kind of sent it with my order. And so I thought that was really sweet. And it wasn't punched. I actually punched it myself. I can't remember if I had to cut it down. I don't think so, but it wasn't punched, and I had to punch it myself. And so I truly, truly appreciate that, because with all of my main 3 planners, which I don't call this a planner, but it's my pocket size, and then my personal size, and my main planner, I always like to kind of have them a little bit similar when I open them up, just the look of it. So I was really kind of like excited when I saw that. So then also I have here the Sesavi clip or magnet clip. I really like these. I bought a few of these. They hold so well. And right now I have this little journaling card from Poy & Han that sits behind here. You can kind of see it a little bit, but it says, when we support each other, incredible things happen. And so I thought that was a really cute touch. And behind that is also a coupon code. So that's another reason why I have that sitting there, so I don't forget about it. And then I also have this vellum from Elamon Paper Co. This is my word of the year, boundless, which means limitless and immensely. So I thought that was a great word for me for this year. So I got that on vellum by Elamon Paper Co. And then I also have this dashboard by Elamon Paper Co. It is, I forget the name of it, but they had 2 versions of it on their website. And I love abstract art. I love how simple this was, and I just really loved it. So I bought both of them. So I put this one up front. Then the next dashboard, this is not really a dashboard, but this is actually Cloth and Papers. It was part of the Vertical Weeklies and Monthly, and it comes with like the holiday, the conversion, the world clock. This planner belongs to, and then it had this page, and it was creating a little bit of bulk in here. And so I really, really love their holiday list. And so what I did, I just took a photocopy of it and I put it on some clear acetate. It's not really centered. And so therefore I was able to keep it inside of my planner. And I took the other inserts and I put it in a different planner. So I hope I don't get in trouble for that. But that's what I just wanted to still keep it in here somehow, but I had to reduce it. I could have kept the paper version in. However, I just didn't want to lose the back side of it, because it was like double-sided with something else on this other side. I think it was like A Year at a Glance, and I wanted to keep it together. So that was really the main reason why I chose to go that route. So then I have each section. So I have my dividers. I use top dividers, I use bottom dividers, and I do have some side dividers. Both the top and bottom dividers are lines plus paper. They're custom with the topics or categories that I wanted. So the top are to do, schedule, notes, business, finance, and miscellaneous. And then at the bottom, I have overview, monthly, weekly, and daily. And in each of my sections, I started off with a dashboard. These were inspired. I did these on my own, and they were inspired by, I want to say Elamon Paper Co. makes them. I hope that's right. But I saw a version, she made them in like all different like categories. Like she didn't miss not one category. And so by the time I started, loading my cart up, I noticed, how much I was, paying. And I'm like, oh, wow. And so I just decided to just, save a little bit because I kind of went haywire in 2020 on spending for planners. And so I just decided to just kind of create my own. But these were totally inspired by, I want to say Elamon Paper Co. If I'm incorrect, then I'll put that in the comments below. So the first section is my to-do list. And I currently have the Inbox clear glass dashboard by Cloth and Paper. I don't really put anything on this. This is just kind of here for aesthetics and for, to kind of protect information behind. But I really like this. I don't put anything on it because I don't want to get it messed up. I don't want to get any residue or anything like that from sticky notes on it. So I just really, really love that. And then I have this vellum. No, not vellum, but acetate. And this is by EO Edits. It was a printable. I think it was a freebie. And it says the Inbox. And then it has like a little tab. I'm not sure if you guys can even see that. And it came with another layout for a dashboard for the Inbox. And so I think what happened here is they only offered it in A5. They did not offer it in half letter, if I'm not mistaken. And I think I just kind of increased the size of it and made it kind of fit more in my half letter. And then I just punched it. Next I have this Inbox system. This is something I'm trying out. I purchased a few different inserts for Inbox systems. And this one is by JL Plans, I believe, as well. And it's the LV inspired Inbox. And I just really like this because, it allows me to, write out my tasks. And then it has like this little key system here, which I think I started using it wrong, but I'm not sure. But I just really like this because typically what I use is just a blank sheet of line paper. And I just kind of write out my running list of notes or things that I want to get done for that month or for whenever. And so, yeah, I have that in here. Then I have this memo sheet by Cloth and Paper. And I have this sheet here is what I use to kind of stick sticky notes on. So anytime, I just want to jot down some quick notes, I simply just use this sheet and put those sticky notes on there. So then I get into my schedule section. Again, I started off with one of those dashboards that I made my own and was inspired by Elamon Paper Co. And then I start off with, in this section, I have my overview, monthly, weekly, and daily. So in my overview, I use the yearly planning inserts by Cessa V. Now, she also offers A5 inserts, and you can have them unpunched. So that's typically what I do. And I just kind of trim the sides off and purchase them unpunched. So then by the time I trim it, then I can punch it myself and add it into my system. So you'll see that it's a little, a little shy on the height, but then I try to make it the width, the appropriate width. So here I have those holidays, and then here is the calendar overview. I'm not quite sure how I want to use this, but this was another reason why I pulled out my other inserts from Cloth and Paper, because it was kind of like duplicating, and it was just space that I could have, I can use. And so I have this year calendar overview. It has both 21 and 22. Then I have this year overview. This one I use for my car maintenance. So any schedules for oil changes, brakes, and things of that nature, I list it out here so I can keep a record of it for the year. And then that's just a sticky note. This is a little page flag that I printed on to kind of keep me focused or on track of what should be in this section here. So again, it was to cover oil changes, tire rotations, brakes, scheduled maintenance things and things of that nature. Then I have the semi-annual overview. This is what I use for my work tracker. I don't do a lot of things for work in this planner. I have a separate work planner. So what I typically document in here, and this layout I really like, it helps me out kind of see an overview of time off, vacation days, personal days, 6 days, when the office is closed, and these things, what we call flex days. So it allows me to see that all in advance so I can see how many, vacation days that I've taken so far when it's time for us to put in the remainder of our time. So it just kind of helps me stay on track on that. Then this insert is a Peanuts Planner Co. It's their important dates insert, and I have a program called Bluebeam. It's like Adobe Acrobat. I also use Adobe Suite programs as well. And so what I did is I just took my printable and I just covered up their text boxes and just put in my own text boxes and used my own font. So yeah, I use this just kind of a like future planning for the year, because I only keep like 1 month's worth of inserts for my calendar. So this dashboard, another thing, I typically don't use a lot of dashboards throughout my planner. I always have it just in the front. However, some of these were so beautiful, I could not resist, putting them in my planner right now. So this one here is by Rose Shadow Collection. It's the Chanel logo, and it's a vellum with a gold foil. And I really love this one. I bought another one as well, and it's also inside of here. So then I am using Cloth and Paper's monthly inserts. I typically use these mostly for personal. Some business items might fall on here. And like I said, if it's anything related to work, it will be only things like, vacation days, 6 days, personal days, things like that. So this is my monthly month on 2 page. And as mentioned earlier, I don't do a lot of stickers. However, I might do a few little stickers like this here, because these kind of help me really quickly see how many birthdays or, birthday dates, that's coming up in that month. I might highlight some important things for, like some really important events. I use the Cloth and Paper minimum stickers for like urgent and to buy, and then paydays, things of that nature. But other than that, I don't really use a ton of stickers. Then I get into my weeklies. Now, when I first started using Cloth and Paper's inserts, I only use the monthly and the weekly, and I never used the daily. However, this past year, or 2020, I started using their dailies more, and I really enjoyed the layout. I liked how productive it made me, how more focused it made me. So I incorporated those in my system for 2021. So I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want to use these weeklies here, because the way that these dailies are, I just kind of feel like this feels more like a weekly to me. And so I'm trying to get adjusted to this layout as opposed to their other layout where it just had like, the full timed area here to do notes and things of that nature. And that was the one that I really gravitated to more. And I do have another set of those for 2020, and I was planning to use it for 2021. But then for some reason, I decided to buy these, and these were kind of dated with the days. And so I decided I was going to just use these only for 2021. And then in my personal size planner, I use mostly the dailies here. So I do have some cloth and paper dailies. However, in here, I use a variety undated. These here are dated, but then I do have some that's undated. So I'm using my daily inserts in my personal size. And then for here, I kind of look at these dailies, the version 2, more as like a weekly to me. So I still need to fill out for my week. So yeah, I have a whole month's worth of that in here. Then I have this last sheet at the end of my schedule area. I just used the cloth and paper. This was like a list that was maybe at the end of their weeklies of last year, 2020. And I didn't really use this insert a lot, so I just kept taking it out and I just kept saving it. And so now I have, you know, quite a few of them, and I use it because it's like timed for, or dated to me from 1 to 31. And so what I typically use it for is like if there's a specific date or something like that, or a couple of items that I just want to remember, I kind of use this for my future planning for the month of February. And then on the back is for March. And this allows me to kind of have all the days just in case, you know, something comes up, and I can just transfer this information once I put my February inserts inside. So moving on, I have my notes section. This is that other Rose Shadow Collection Chanel Camellia flower vellum. And again, I just couldn't resist, so I put it in my notes section. And then I start this off with a notes and lists dashboard, and then I just have just a few sheets in here of paper because I use an actual A5 Stalogy as my notebook. And I just use this to kind of, you know, list out. I'm not fancy with it. I just, you know, write notes. I don't have to, you know, think about how pretty it is. And I just, you know, write my notes out, brain dumps, things of that nature. So I typically use that for note taking. But if I'm on the go and I don't have that with me, which I typically don't carry that A5 Stalogy all the time when I'm carrying this. So I just have a couple of sheets in here in case I needed to write something down. And then I have this dotted grid by the Collected Planner. This is, again, I just really love their the texture of their inserts. And yeah, I got a code as well, a discount code if anybody is interested. It's Starlight 10. So it's in my bio, so check it out. Please, please, please look at it and take a look at all of their products because they got some really great products, guys. So then we get into my business section. Again, I don't keep a lot in here because I have a separate business planner. I'm using the cloth and paper spiral planner for that. And in this section, I use the rest of those Sesavi yearly planner inserts, and these are the quarterly calendar. And I like to use this to kind of just show and highlight, you know, events, plan out any type of events, meetings, appointments, and things of that nature for our businesses. So I keep that on track with me. And then the rest of my business section, I am using the Infinite Lotus custom dividers. They're frosted. So I have a to-do section. I have 3 business sections, and then I have finances, and then I have miscellaneous. Under my to-do section, I use the task insert by Poi and Han. I really like these because it has like 3 blocks where I have the 3 businesses. So that helps me break that out by business. And so I got a couple of sheets in here of that. And then I have the next business, and I use the Collected Planner lined paper in here just for note taking for that particular business. And then I use the project index inserts by Poi and Han. I really like these for this particular business, so I have a few of those in there. Then I have this next business, which again I started off with the Collected Planner line paper for note taking, and then I am using the project management inserts by Cloth and Paper. This was more appropriate for this particular business because I love the project schedule and the project timeline, as well as this project analysis. So then my third business, I just have the collected planner dot grid insert in here just for note taking because I'm still developing that business right now. Then under my finance section, again, I use just a few items or a few inserts in here because I have basically well, this is part of the finance section or the business section. So this is the finances for the business. So I keep just a few inserts of the cloth and paper inserts. It was the finance and budget inserts. And so I only keep a few in here because again, I have that separate planner for my business. And when I'm done with it here, it's just really to go into that planner just to be stored really. So I have the budget monthly, I have the expense log, and then I have the recurring payment because I have the income, a few bills and subscriptions on it. I don't really use the non-essential daily spending for any business related things. So it's really just to use it for those recurring payments. And then in the miscellaneous section, I just have some note taking. You know, I just keep some notes if it applies to all three of the businesses. So I just kind of keep that in there. Then in my personal finance section, I have a separate planner for that. Again, I don't really plan in them. However, I like to keep it all together. And when I'm done with it in this month here, like after 1 month, if I'm done with it, then I take the insert and I put it in the my finance planner, just so that it's pretty much there to be stored. However, there are some other things there that's a little bit more sensitive that I don't keep in here. So that's another reason why I keep it separate. So I use the Sesavi month on one page insert, and I just really use this for, I need to see my bills or our bills all together, like on a calendar. So I use this mainly just so that I can see, you know, where the bills kind of fall in relationship to, you know, paydays and other things that might pop up and come up and things of that nature. In this important section, I just kind of use that just as more so like reminders of things that might be coming up that aren't really like a monthly thing. So like, for instance, I have like my cloth and paper sub renewal that's going to be coming up in February. So I just wanted to make sure I remember that. This task section, I just kind of use that for a few notes. Then I use this here for some additional notes. I just have it hidden for right now because it's a little bit more sensitive. And then the one reason why I went with this insert this year is because of this. It was part of the reason was because of the different sections, but I really liked how the tracker was kind of built in already, and I didn't have to have a separate tracker insert. So this down here, I was using it for no spend, non-essential items. And then I just like the back where it's just, you know, more line paper, and, you know, allows me to kind of, you know, just write out notes and things of that nature. And then I get into my monthly checklist. We write out all of our bills, and I like to keep track of each month of when we've actually made those payments. So every time we make a payment, I just check it off, and it helps me just kind of see it, you know, at a overview. Then I have, oh, and these are by Sesavi as well. All right. Then these are by Cloth and Paper, the purchase tracker. I use these primarily for, you know, like online purchases, mostly my planner stuff. Honestly, I don't track everything, all of my purchases. Like if I went to a convenience store and I made a purchase, I don't track all of that on here because I don't really need to. And 9 times out of 10, I'm using my debit card, and I already have that tracked in my check registry. So I don't really need that. So this is really good for me only because if I order something, it's allowing me to keep track if I received it or not. So, and another reason is to see how much I actually spent just on those particular items. And then I have a wish list tracker. I had a few of them that's filled out. I decided to take them out because this year I just wanted to focus on a few other things that were a little bit more important. And so I just kind of kept this one. I put in a new one only because I want to use this one for a wish list for like gifts for family members and friends and things of that nature, so that I can just kind of, you know, reference this and say, oh, okay, this is what I'll probably buy her for her birthday. If she made mention of some things that, you know, or he or she made mention of things that they particularly wanted. Then in my miscellaneous section, this kind of covers this whole back section. So I have miscellaneous. Under here I have the cloth and paper recommendations sheet, which I need to put in my old one because I really didn't finish that and I just wanted a clean slate, but I think I need to put it back in. Then I have this contact sheet by Cloth and Paper. I have passwords. I have this kind of clip because I have some actual passwords in there. I only really use this for, you know, like less sensitive passwords, like some of my planner accounts, you know, just smaller accounts, nothing like my checking or my banks or anything like that. Then I have this Cloth and Paper page marker. I really like this. I jumped right on board when I saw it. Right now I have it upside down because I wanted the tab to be at the bottom. And then I just put a few sticky notes on here. I can't remember exactly whose these were, but yeah, I just added those on there for quick note taking. Then I have this other Elamon Paper Co. dashboard. This was that other like abstract dashboard that I really liked. Then this section here is all broken out by Sesavi's top tab dividers. I want to say it's the essential dividers. And I have the home, meals, wellness, social, goals, and notes. So under home, I just put one insert in here mainly for cleaning. I don't do like most of my cleaning like day by day. When I clean up the entire house. However, there are some occasions where I might decide to go room by room, day by day. And so basically what I have is this weekly capsule by Cloth and Paper. And then I have these sticky notes that I printed on. And I just have all of the areas kind of listed out. And then, you know, I just kind of pick days that, you know, I just place them in the days that, you know, may, you know, those are the days that they may get cleaned. If I did it individually. Otherwise, I'm doing it all in one day just to get it over with. Then I have my meal section. And I use the Cloth and Paper meal planner inserts as well as the grocery list insert. I do have their newer version. However, I never use these here. And so I don't really meal plan either. There's sometimes I will meal plan, sometimes I won't. But what I do often do is I will kind of plan out meals, like list out meals prior to me going grocery shopping. Therefore, I know exactly what to get. And then I just kind of do it that way. I don't really, you know, pick, oh, Tuesday we're really going to, you know, eat such and such, and Thursday. And sometimes I will do that. However, I'm likely not doing that. I'm just kind of picking meals that we typically eat, that we like. And then I just make sure I get all of those ingredients for those particular recipes. So I got a few of them, you know, listed out. And then on the back, I just have the remainder of my page flags that I printed on. And I have, I basically put all of our most common meals that we typically eat. And then grocery list insert. This is also by Cloth and Paper. I basically use this only if I'm like, say, for instance, I'm at work and I need to run to the grocery store and I forgot, you know, something or whatever. And I just wanted to kind of mark down, okay, well, I'm going to, I need, you know, some cheese or something like that. And so this is just kind of helping me keep track of it. And then by the time I go to the grocery store, I can reference this sheet and then, you know, I can create my, you know, grocery list from this and then whatever else I need to include. Then I have this recipe, insert. I really don't use this one either. I haven't used it just yet because I have the recipe like index cards by Cloth and Paper. So I have like a little book for that. And so that's what I use for right now. But eventually I will use that. But it's good for me to have it in here only because, again, if I'm somewhere and I'm, you know, I just see a recipe or someone tell me about a recipe and I just want to write it down, then I have that option to keep that all, you know, clean and in an area that I will remember to go back to. Then under my wellness section, again, I have a separate planner for that. Again, it's not a planner. I use it just really more so for storing inserts inside of there. Most of the inserts will start here, and then they just get transferred into that planner. So I started off with my health tracker. These are also Sesavi. I use these. I really, really like this perpetual quarterly overview insert, because it allows me again to kind of see an overview of all of my appointments. So I basically track appointments on here, lab work, medication start, end dates, tests, things of that nature. Last year I used a version by Tool, and it was like a double-sided thing insert, and it was more like a pull out, and I really, really love that insert. However, you got to buy the whole planner, and I didn't want to buy the entire planner, so that's what made me go to the Sesavi version. So I have that along with another insert in here by Peanuts Planner Co. that helps me track my menstrual cycles. So I use this for my menstrual cycles, and then I also use this side for my menstrual cycles, just with tracking like any notes about my menstrual cycle or whatever. And then I have just a water tracker sticky note. I forget who that's by, but I have that on there. Then I move into these Poi and Han month on one page inserts. I love these for my workouts. So I basically just kind of use this to kind of list out, you know, if I worked out on Monday, I'll list out what my calories I burned, how many minutes I did on cardio, and then my miles of how long how far I did it for, and my goals. My goals is really kind of like in this area. And on here, I list out my calories, minutes, and miles. Then on the back side, I might use this mostly for like tracking like any symptoms, symptoms or anything like that. And then that'll get transferred into my notebook for my health. Then I have this insert here from Cloth and Paper. I really use this mostly for kind of like what I was using it for here. So every day, I'm listing out, what calories I burn, miles, and minutes, how many minutes I actually worked out. It has a little water intake here. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. Any goals I might want to list out, I use that. And then I have this Infinite Lotus workout plan insert. The way that I use this is I list out the days that I work out, and then I use my, I write out my plan for, so for instance, this is Monday. So I write out my Monday workout plan. Then I write out my Tuesday and then my Wednesday. And so this was perfect because I work out minimally between 3 to 6 days a week. And so it had 6 days, and I always take a rest day. And then, it allows me to kind of list that out. And so then what I would do, I would look at reference this and see what I had to do on Thursdays. And this is mostly for like strength training, because I do the same kind of cardio. Sometimes I might switch it up, but as of right now, since the whole COVID thing, I've been doing home workouts. So I'm kind of limited on machines. So then I just kind of use this more so just to write out my calories and all of that stuff. But then I just kind of reference this to see what I need to be working on for that day, mostly for the strength training. I already went through that one. Then my social section, I use this for social media. So I'm trying to get a little bit more active in social media in my Instagram and a few of my Facebook pages for my businesses. So I kind of started out with a plan, what I would like to achieve, posting days I want to prep and things of that nature. So, wish me luck, guys, on that, because I'm trying to get better at it. So I'm using this, and then I also have a separate book or planner for my social media, and I'm using the Poi and Han monthly and weeklies. I did not want to make another planner. However, trying to get all of this and all of the other stuff into one planner, it was just starting to be, really cluttered. And so I just decided to break it out, because originally this is what I was using for like my health tracking. And then I just decided not to use it for this, use it for that. So I ended up making this into my social media planner. And then on the back side, I broke out, you know, the 3 different businesses, and then just like my planner Instagram account, and just some, you know, different ideas and topics of, you know, things that I can post. And then this is the Cloth and Paper Media Content Manager. I don't really use this. I have it in here, and every time I want to try to use it, but I haven't figured out how I really want to use this. So it's sitting there pretty. All right, and then I have my goals section. Again, I kind of went over this in my other video when I talked about my goal planning. The only thing that I added in here was that I didn't have the last time was a habit tracker. And this was going to allow me to track the 4 areas, the 4 categories that I wanted to stay on track with. And so I just thought maybe I can use that and see how I like it. If I want to do that, I don't do a lot of habit tracking, so I'm not sure how that's really going to go. And then the other thing that I put in here is my 2021 vision board. Now I got this off of a Pinterest account. I liked the layout of it, of this vision board. It had like vision board ideas to get you inspired. And so I saw this one. This was more for a desktop screensaver. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And so I decided to kind of create my own. And so, you know, I created mine in my own version and I did it in Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator. So yeah, that's the only other thing that I had added. And then this last section is a notes section again. And I decided I didn't really need another note section since I already had that. And then I have my notebook. So what I decided to do is add in my own personal inserts that I created for my prayer planner and journal. And so I used to make planners years and years and years and years ago. It was more of a book bound version. And then once I got into disc bound, I decided to change it over into disc bound. And so I put in one of each of my inserts inside of here. And so I kind of use this for my prayer planner. And then once I'm done with this, then it goes back into my journal planner that I have specifically for my prayers. So this is more like a daily insert. So it's like a timed schedule. Then over here, I have like today's top 3 goals and focuses. I have a prayer topic area, meditation scriptures, daily scriptures, today's reading, affirmative statements, and notes. And then on the back side, I have today's confession and prayer. And a larger area for journaling. And then at the bottom, I have an area for prayer requests. You can actually put a person's name and the actual request that they are looking for. And then I have this prayer list, and I have one that's filled out and one that is blank, and it's more like a routine type thing. So like a Sunday prayer list, you might be, for me, I pray for my family and I list out, you know, all of the people who I'm praying for. Monday's prayer list, I pray for my church. Tuesday, I pray for friends. This is more of a daily prayer for specific things. And then Wednesday is a focused area. Thursday, Friday, Saturday are all focused areas. And so you can use it however you want to. You can use it. I can use it, change it up, or I can use it to be a consistent routine. Then I have this prayer journal insert. You have the date of entry, a couple of scriptures you can write down, and this is more like a Cornell layout. So I typically use it to kind of like write out my scriptures and then like any notes related to that scripture. And then that is double-sided. And then I have the prayer request and I have a confession insert. Both are double-sided. So the prayer request, you can put in a date. Today I prayed for scripture, the place you received the prayer request, the actual prayer request itself. Once that prayer has been answered, then I fill this area out and how it was answered, and then I might write out a mini little praise report for it. And then the confession sheet just gives you the date of confession, a small note section, a confession type, confession scriptures, and then the rest is just what the confession is. And then that is also double-sided. Then last but not least, or not really last but not least, but last or right now, I have this pocket folder by Sesavi, and it has my name on there, so it's personalized. And then in the back, I have this Poi and Han little daily routine insert that, you know, I think it was a freebie, I'm not sure, and I have that quite a bit throughout a lot of my planners. Then I have this personalized off-grid designs. It's a clear acrylic planner tab, and I got it for both my personal and I got it for A5. The A5, I don't use A5, but I got it another one just because I wanted to put it in here. So so therefore I just kind of keep it in this little back pocket right here and on this folder. And then I have this little tool card by Poi & Han, and I just kind of keep that back there. I keep a few of the stickers by Cloth and Paper. This is the To Do, Urgent, To Buy, and Payday. So I use those mostly throughout my planner. Then I have this weekly routine card. I have quite a few of these. I keep them in my notebook, but this one I keep in here because I had a duplicate. This is by Planner Press. I got a $50 Amazon card. And then I have this white, what is this? This white card from, I want to say Lines Plus Paper, if I'm not mistaken, when I got a recent order. I think that's who it's from. So I just kind of put a few page flags on here. And then I have these pocket dividers, also by Lines Plus Paper. I also have another set. They're in my notebook, but this one says To Do, To Buy, and Urgent. So I use these quite a bit. And then last but not least, I have my little ruler that I keep in here. I also keep the one up front that I showed to you guys, but this one here is the Kate Spade. It's clear, it's very light, and so if it's perfectly in there, it doesn't shift around. And then I just keep a couple of stamps in here, and that's pretty much it. So I thank you guys for watching. I know that was a bit long, and I appreciate you guys sticking around and looking at my flip through.